Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Crypto Nobes. In today's video we're going to be talking about the latest big news to do with XRP. We've got a couple of very big topics to talk about today. And we're also going to be talking about 5 predictions for the future of money. So if you guys like anything I bring to you, a like, a subscribe, or sharing the video really does help my channel out. And if you did enjoy anything I brought to you, don't forget to turn that notification bell on. With that, let's jump straight into the video. So we'll start off by taking a look at the current market situation. If we take a look at the market as a whole, it is mainly in the red, but if you guys have been following the past couple of days, you will see that a lot of cryptocurrencies had a very good run, which is a very positive sign to see, and now it is having a nice pullback, a nice correction, and it's showing good forms of stability in quite a lot of the cryptocurrencies, which is always a good thing to see, considering what we have got just around the corner, which I think is alt season. Now the first big article that I want to show you guys, it is a very big article in my opinion. It's big news across the whole XRP space. Santander adds several available regions for app in partnership with Ripple. Massive retail bank Santander recently broadened compatible regions for its OnePay FX app in collaboration with Ripple. Now, many of you may not know who Santander is, but I'm sure a lot of you do. Santander is a very big bank, and they're one of the biggest banks in the UK as well as many other parts of the world, but it's just a big thing to see in my opinion. Mainstream banking giant Santander added 19 available regions for its OnePay FX international payments app, built in collaboration with blockchain and crypto payments outfit Ripple. A forward-thinking entity, Santander constructed OnePay FX as a borderless blockchain-based payment channel in the form of an app. According to a statement posted by Ripple on July 9th, building the app alongside Ripple, Santander launched the app in 2018. Formerly only available in the UK, United Kingdom, Spain, Poland and Brazil, OnePay FX now enables users from 19 additional regions, the statement said. The US and Chile sit among others on the list to be added countries. Customer feedback spurred the move. Customers told us that the international payment process could be better, so we partnered with Ripple to explore how blockchain could make transactions faster, cheaper and more transparent. Ed Metzger, the CTO of OnePay FX, said in the statement. Metzger described feedback from customers nothing difficulties with transaction exchanges, rate clarity and timing confusion. He explained, Ripple helps us directly address the issues raised by our customers, whether they are putting down a deposit on a holiday rental or paying a foreign supplier. They will see exactly how much will arrive when they're making the payment and have certainty about when it will get there. Now that to me is a very big move. You've got to think about it like this. For ages they have been saying about the bank working with the banks and stuff like this, and it's now finally actually starting to come together. This is big news in my opinion. Yes, XRP hasn't seen the biggest price move in the whole market so far, but again, as I always say, patience is what will make us winners in this space. Time is on our side, and the only thing we can do is patiently wait for the time to come, and it's slowly all coming together, ladies and gentlemen, which is an incredible thing to see. Now I want to show you this article to do with Coinbase. Coinbase reportedly preparing for stock market listing later in 2020. According to sources, preparations for a listing are underway but still need the green light from the Securities and Exchange Commission. If successful, this would mark the first time that a cryptocurrency exchange would be listed on traditional markets. Some mining companies have conducted or are preparing for initial public offerings, with Kana doing so last year. It is yet unclear if Coinbase will opt for an initial public offering to accompany public trading. While raising additional capital, it is often associated with listing. Its existing shares could simply be made available for trading with no additional funding. Coinbase was valued at more than $8 billion in its latest private round earlier today. Cointelegraph reported that a new legal counsel lead was brought into the company to manage relations with financial regulators. possibly in preparation for the IPO. Now, this is just big news across the whole board because this just shows the progression that cryptocurrency as a whole has made, and if this, aka Coinbase, gets listed onto an exchange, onto one of the biggest exchanges, then that is just massive news. The stock market, obviously, we know quite a lot about that and how much money it brings in, etc., etc. So again, this is just massive news across the whole space for majority of cryptocurrencies as well as XRP, because they are and they have been on there for a long time. Now, I want to show you this. This is a short little piece about XRP and how sustainable it is for our planet Earth. XRP is 57,000 times more sustainable for our planet than Bitcoin. In a recent release, Ripple's Chief Technical Officer David Schwartz proclaimed that XRP is 57,000 times better than the pioneer cryptocurrency token Bitcoin in terms of sustainability for planet Earth. Schwartz compared the proof of work behind Bitcoin and consensus mechanism which XRP uses, and explained that Bitcoin could power 4.51 billion light bulbs hours for every 1 million transactions. On the contrary, XRP with the same amount of transactions could power 79,000 light bulbs hours. This, in the CTOS words, is evident that XRP's energy consumption is 57,000 times better than of Bitcoin, which is a very interesting thing to see. I'm sure a lot of you did already know that, but if you didn't, then there you go. Apparently it is a lot more sustainable for planet Earth. Now, this is the second to last article I want to show you, and it's a bit of bad news. I can't just share non-stop good news because then it's just non-stop bullish, but I do want to put the good, the bad and the ugly inside cryptocurrency, or else we're not going to see any of the negatives in cryptocurrency. Ripple likely sold XRP in an unregistered securities offering. In recent months, a number of class action lawsuits have been filed against Ripple for selling its XRP token in an unregistered securities offering. So far, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission has not published any official statement on this, which has kept everyone guessing. To help put an end to uncertainty, Chris Giancarlo, former chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, published a paper last week arguing that Ripple XRP is not a security. Giancarlo is famous for helping establish the CFTC's stance on Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities, so it would seem he is the right person to be making this case. The only trouble is that Giancarlo is no longer working for the CFTC. He is now on a private practice. Not only that, but he is also currently working for a law firm that is on Ripple's payroll. Given the clear conflict of interest here, before reading the paper, I prepared myself to expect some bias. However, I never could imagine how bad it would be, which is just a very interesting thing. Giancarlo, he, as it says here, he argued that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities either. So you've got a lot of these people at a high level that are very aware of it, but they still talk down on it. And to me, it's just the case they are fully aware of what's going on. They do realise it does have value to it. I see value in all three of those cryptocurrencies mentioned, and to say that they're not that, I generally can't see it, because the progress and all that stuff that they have made is effectively famous for what it wants to do. And I personally disagree with him, but you know, he's obviously the guy that's higher. He knows more than me. He's higher up than me, so you know he has an opinion. But a lot of high level opinions do talk rubbish sometimes, and politicians and stuff like that. We do understand that a lot of them just try to say things to get in good people's books, but I personally, I'm not too sure about Giancarlo. But this is the last thing I want to show you guys. 5 predictions for the future of money. Now, this was released in 2019, but I just want to show you a couple of the things that are in this article, and it's very interesting. The end of cash. Most developed economies are rapidly moving towards becoming a cashless societies. In the UK, only 30% of payments are now made using notes and coins, and that is expected to fall 10% by 2034. And obviously this was just before the pandemic happened. So now that number is probably a bit higher now. I'm seeing a lot less places accept cash, and that could just be temporarily, or that is it now. They're not accepting cash anymore. It's rather going to be card. It's going to be rather done on card, Apple Pay, or ... the different form of payment that we are all expecting for. And we've also got banks lose out. Banks will lose their exalted position on the top of the financial food chain, which again I can see happening unless they develop to these new times. Currencies multiply. Now, as you can see, there's a Bitcoin in there as well as Ethereum. So instead of monolithic currencies such as the euro and dollar, consumers will have an array of much narrower currencies to choose from. University of Edinburgh Chair of Design Informatics Professor Chris Speed believes that the world is moving away from transaction-based currencies to contract-based ones, which is, again, it does look like we are heading in that direction. This is what we have basically been waiting for. I've personally been waiting since midway through the last bull run for this moment. And I've been staying strong ever since, and as the years go on, it just convinces me more and more and more that this is actually going to happen, especially with what's happened this year. To me, it's clear as day that this is going to happen, and I'll be more shocked now if it doesn't happen than if it did, to me personally. I really would. Open APIs will transform banking instead of the military-industrial complex of which President Eisenhower warned in 1961. We will see a rise of financial consumer goods and finance services complex. Programmable money. In a cashless society, money with more of a purpose attached using so-called smart contracts. Now, a lot of you would have heard that. A lot of you who are involved with Chainlink as well as that, you would know that they're whole based around smart contracts. So this is very, very good prediction in my opinion. Will ensure payments are only released if they are being made to a vetted and accredited supplier, which again, as overall, ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very big. So yeah, that's everything I've got for you in today's video. If you liked anything I brought to you, a like, a subscribe, or sharing the video really does help my channel out. And if you did enjoy anything, don't forget to turn that notification bell on. I've been Crypto Nobes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Peace.